Welcome to Vic's Custom Rods. It's another night at our shop. We're going to do some more testing of the Formula D DASHI, and this time we've painted the blank with Tester's white model paint, and we're going to apply our product to the same yellow and lime green and white and see what happens. No clue, it's probably going to eat the paint, but I don't know what it's going to do. Okay, if you see the tip of that brush, it's got some white on it. That's the product, Formula D, pulling the white Tester model paint off of the under wrap, which you can see here and here on each side of this wrap sticking out. This is one problem we run into because it will relieve paint finishes off of guides that have been touched up with a Sharpie or a rod blank that's been painted. It will eat the finish and separate it. So in saying that, that's why we recommend that you decant this product. In all the test videos you've seen us do, I've been working straight out of the same bottle through all the videos. And it's a very controlled environment. We know what the product's going to do before we apply it, because we've already applied it on other things, so we want to show people how it works. We recommend you do the same thing that other companies have done. You decant the product into a container. In this case, you got a tequila shot glass or just a regular shot glass. Something small. I like this one the best because when you decant it in it, you can always leave the brush in it, the brush doesn't fall out. When you put it in there, two things can happen. So if you're experimenting, you put it into one of these containers, you don't have to put a top on it, you don't have to cover it up, you don't have to worry about it drying out while you're working with it. It's not going to catalyze or set up, whatever you want to call it. So we suggest that you put it into another container, because if you end up with a brush like this brush is contaminated now. If you stick it back in your bottle is now contaminated. That's one good thing about pouring it from the main bottle into something else to work with. But for cleanup wise, same thing. It's just a bottle of denatured alcohol in it. We use the same bottle over and over. There's particles floating in it now, so you got to make sure you wipe your brush and get your brush all cleaned out. As you can see, the brush is clean again. That's just denatured alcohol in that bottle. We use the same bottle over and over. It evaporates a little bit, but I don't know if you can see it in the video, but you can actually see particles floating in the bottom of that bottle. That's just product setting up from the cleaning of the brush, so that you'll see it in there. But anyway, one thing we did want you to look at is, now that it's been 24 hours since we clear coated the green and the yellow and everything from the pearl down, and notice how the color has came back. It actually completely dried, sealed. I'm going to stop it here so you can really look at it. Notice how the spring green is very spring green now. And last night on the video we were talking how it didn't look right. Well, if you look at the yellow nylon, the little yellow nylon's a tad bit off, but what it's doing is it's pulling the black blank from behind the thread. The rest of them, they're dead on. I mean, that silk looks like silk. Looks like the same silk that was applied right off the spool raw. This blue, it's got the same color. This is Madeira, and this is actually Madeira rayon. And the blue is blue. It doesn't get any better than that on Madeira. No issues with it. Silicone product in it dispersing. It's got a good solid coat on the threads. I mean, you can see I'm burnishing it, and it's not separating. It actually cuts a thread before it does anything. It doesn't even come apart. And then the white, if you look at our white came back pretty darn good, being it was wrapped over a white blank, or a black blank, excuse me. The pearl, like I said last night, the pearl looks better than the pearl on the spool. That's Robinson Anton. And then this is Scudabroad, and it looks, I mean, $1 million on the pearl. I don't think you can get a better look, but we're trying to get the product into a bottle this size. Our glass is going to be blue, that's for sure. That's one thing we're trying to make sure that we can use blue glass. We like the color. It also keeps the light off the product, which I don't think is an issue, but all around you'll notice our bottles are going to be blue. That's our goal. So that's why we're having issues with the glass. We're trying to get the proper glass so the product doesn't set up. I've been getting a lot of emails and responses from people about our product, asking questions. I've tried to answer as many questions as I can in the video that we do each night. If you guys watch the videos, it'll answer 90% of your questions. The only question that I haven't been able to answer in a video is, can we ship to Australia? As far as I know, I can ship the product to Australia. I've got my FedEx person working on it. I should know by the end of the week if our product will meet an MSD qualification to go into Australia. There is some rules shipping a flammable product into another country. Once again, Victor with Vic's Custom Rods. If you have any questions or concerns, email me at vicscustomrods@yahoo.com, vicsrods@sbcglobal.net, or you can reach me at 707-430-3941. Thank you. Have a good afternoon.